After making a late surge last night against the Mets, the 2018 NL East champion Atlanta Braves are now on the cusp of picking up their 90th win of the season if they manage to knock off New York for the second night in a row. If the Braves are indeed going to keep their winning ways going, it'll more than likely have to be done in a pitcher's duel since the Mets are sending Jacob deGrom to the mound this evening. You don't really need me to tell you just how good deGrom has been this season, but I'm going to post his stats anyways since they've just been absurd. He's currently sporting a 1.77 ERA and a 2.03 FIP, and his ERA is at 46 while his FIP is at 50. For comparison's sake, this is in the neighborhood of what Pedro Martinez was doing during his prime. I'm not saying that to say that deGrom is Pedro, but the fact that even one of his seasons is approaching what Pedro was capable of doing is indicative of a man who is having a truly special season. Another thing that has been heavily documented about Jacob deGrom's season is the fact that he has received little to no help whenever he has pitched this season. Some of his starts against the Braves are a perfect example of this. Get ready, because at the end of this you may feel a slight tinge of sympathy for a Mets player. Back on April 21, deGrom pitched 7 shutout innings, struck out 10 and only gave up 4 hits. The Braves won that one, 4-3. A month later on May 28, deGrom once again held Atlanta's offense in check for 7 innings as he only gave up 1 run. The Mets lost, 4-3 again. On June 13, deGrom threw another 7 innings against the Braves where he only gave up 1 run. This time, the script switched up a bit. The Mets lost 2-0. In Atlanta's most recent encounter with Jacob deGrom, it got to the point where the presumptive Cy Young Award winner figured that he needed to take matters into his own hands because not only did he throw 8 innings while only giving up 2 runs, he drove in a run as well. It didn't matter, since those 2 runs ended up being all the Braves needed to win since his RBI was the only run that the Mets scored. If those past games are any indication, all the Braves have to do is remain within striking distance while Jacob deGrom is on the mound and they will still have a chance to win. It's been an incredibly hard-luck season for the Mets ace, but that is not going to stop me from hooting and hollering if the Braves once again find a way to get one up on him in New York. On the other side of things, Sean Newcomb will be starting for the Braves tonight, and it sure seems like this is his chance to prove to Brian Snitker that he should be in the playoff rotation once things get rolling. He's been inconsistent over these last 2 months of the season, and it's basically been a microcosm of Newcomb's brief career thus far. He'll either step on the mound and show everybody why he was such a highly regarded prospect in a loaded farm system, or he'll give up walks at incredibly inopportune times and get knocked around. It's really been boom or bust for Newcomb since the start of August. 6.52 ERA, 4.60 FIP and 8 starts since then, with the bust part of that being far too common for the young lefty. If there is a good omen, it's that one of Sean Newcomb's best starts of the season happened at Citi Field. Back on May 2, the Braves cruised to a 7-0 victory and Newcomb comfortably went 7 innings and struck out 8 while only giving up 2 hits and he only walked 1 batter. A repeat performance here in September would be a sight for sore eyes, and it would go a long way towards establishing even a small bit of confidence in Newcomb's abilities once the calendar turns from September into October. All signs are pointing towards runs being at a premium tonight, since Jacob deGrom is probably going to keep on pitching at a Cy Young Award level and the Mets are more than likely going to keep on leaving him on a mound-sized island. Atlanta has made a tiny habit of winning games in the latter stages of the contests. It appears that if the Braves are going to crack 90 wins, then they'll have to pull it off at the tail end of the night once again. Game info. Game date, time, Wednesday, September 26, 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Location, Citi Field, Flushing, NYTV, Fox Sports Southeast. Streaming, MLB.TV. Radio, 680 AM, 93.7 FM, WYAY 106.7, Braves Radio Network.